Did you guys watch Monday Night Raw?
I did.
Okay. So Monday Night Raw did 2.9 global views on Netflix in the past 7 days.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, well, just so you know, I watched the Royal Rumble, so
Oh, we get the Rumble too, that's right.
So do we want to do the Rumble and Dynamite?
Yeah, let's do the Rumble.
That's fine. People won't care. They want to hear about the Rumble
Well,
anyway.
it's not much to talk about because it's a shorter show.
Yeah, it's 4 matches.
There's not a lot of, yeah, it's just the matches with not a lot of. All right, so the Rumble started off.
The women's.
Well, just like so let's just review. I mean, we don't really have to go over like every. I'm not going to go over the move for move. You can get it's 40. This how long was this match? It's like let me see the time here.
50 to 60 minutes, right?
Well, we'll find out here. So Jason Powell reviewed it. The Rumble was. So this match lasted. Okay, so let's get down to the last 6. Flair, Roxanne Perez, Julia, Bella, what's her name? Got a huge pop. What are they? Nikki Bella, Bailey, and Nia Jax. Okay. Now at this point, Konnan in the match, when it got down to the final 6, who did you think was winning?
Flair.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we kind of knew it was Flair.
Right, exactly.
1 hour and 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Charlotte Flair wins it. But I will say this: the strongest person in this was booked as Nia Jax by far. They had a spot where they all like tried to glom her, and she just exploded out of there and everything.
Yeah,
so,
like remember Big Show used to do that in WWE when he first got in there. Yeah.
Right. So what do you think of this decision? This decision's been hit with a lot of negativity.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It should have been somebody new. They both should have been surprises. Anybody. It could have been any Morgan, Jax, Belair. Pick somebody. Like Joe said the other day, it's always her. So like there was a point where people booed John Cena because besides the fact that they knew that he was a company favorite, he was in everything. Yeah. Here's John Cena, make a wish. Here's John Cena on the red carpet. Here's John Cena. And you just kind of got tired of him. You know what I'm saying? They overexposed him. And that's what they've done with her. Bro, she left for a year, and it doesn't feel like that. It feels like her again. And I know she's the best wrestler and all that, but we need to make new girls.
You know who stood out to me? We didn't go through the whole match and whatnot, but these are the girls that came out and either were surprises, got good pops, or just stood out to me in the ring. Alexa returned, stood out. Raquel Rodriguez to me, and again, I hadn't watched regularly for a little while, so seeing her and she seems very talented. And I'm sorry, what's the girl's name, Konnan, who she was a lucha star, and then she did a little AEW stuff, some big stuff, and then jumped to NXT. What's her name?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll figure it out.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Go ahead. I'll figure it out.
All right. So I had no problem with it because, like, bro, they had her, like, she was penciled in for, like, like feuds with like these top stars there, and she got hurt. Well, I mean, what's she supposed to do? She got hurt. It's not like you go, well, will you be? She lost her spot.
Whatever reason you give me is there was so much Charlotte Flair that even her coming back a year later still feels like too much, bro. Just that's all there is to it. I don't know how else to explain it to you, but I did like the idea. They always have surprises. Alexa was a big surprise. Nikki, you knew was coming in. And I thought Trish Stratus was a nice little surprise she always looks great.
What do you say to the people that you're burying Charlotte Flair because you're friends with Andrade and they've got divorced? What would you say to those
There
people?
could be a little truth to that.
Who said that?
I said that.
Yeah. There were a couple times where like the women during the Royal Rumble were kind of just wandering around and just kind of hitting people and I was like, but I do like whoever came up with the graphic, like what number they were and how many people had been eliminated.
Right.
I thought
they kept you up to date. Right.
I thought that was great.
And
I did pop because the fans, you never know what they're going to boo. I like when, Nikki first came out, she got a great pop, but then when she started to do the push-ups, she got booed.
Yeah, and Stephanie Vacker's the other one that I meant. She stood out to me, too. She looks like she's going to be a big star.
All right, so next we had the best of 3 falls, the Machine Guns versus DIY for the championships, and the Guns took the DIY took the first fall in pretty quickly. Okay, then the Machine Guns won the second fall, and then they were going at it. It looked like the Machine Guns were going to win. Street Profits showed up. wearing hoodies and distracted the referee while Dawkins hit Shelley with a crutch. And
crutch,
they cheated. They cheated them out of that. I thought that was a surprise, but they cheated the baby faces out of the win. What did you think of this?
Yeah, and then
They attacked them too. Yeah, they attacked them. Yeah. So
Right.
let me take a wild guess what the WrestleMania match is going to be. Konnan, what do you think the WrestleMania match is going to be?
Dawkins and this guy versus the champs.
No, versus
3-way ladder match.
come on. You started booking yesterday? Like you can't see it's coming a mile away?
Yeah.
It's a 3-way.
Yeah, 3-way. So that I was thinking of something else while I was thinking at the same time. But I thought the match was good, all right? And I think that, bro, they were kind of put in a spot because there wasn't a lot of heat. And I think people had just seen a really long match, with surprises, and they were all gassed out or blown up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they needed like a match to get, because there wasn't really a lot of heat in this match.
Yeah. Even as a viewer, Konnan, you'd think, like, I've been a fan of the Guns for years, and then what are they called? I almost call them DEI. What are they called? DIY guys are really good, obviously. So that'd be a match I'd expect to pay close attention to. But after a Rumble, I was kind of like looking at my phone. You know what I mean? It didn't grab my attention like that, which was a surprise to me.
Hey, I had misinformation on the SmackDown review the other day.
Huh.
We were talking about something, Konnan. So I got confused here. So Chelsea Green's the U.S. heavyweight champion. Okay.
Right.
I thought for some reason we were doing the show review, I was describing her as the world champion. And I was wondering why she's fighting Mitchin because Right, but who's the other who are the two world champions?
It's Tiffany, right?
And Rhea, right? Okay, cool.
Right.
Okay, yeah. All right, so
U.S. champion.
yeah,
So the Intercontinental champion.
The Intercontinental and then Lady Valkyria or something like that.
That's
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That shows you that, bro. You know that okay. Even though they have these belts and everything, that shows you how poorly they book the girls. Because I usually fast forward through most of their stuff because I'm not interested, and I haven't even been able to keep up with who's what, So,
Right.
but that's their fault for not making these
You're not
girls
missing
more interesting.
anything, believe me.
I'm
Oh,
aware of that.
When there's too many belts, it's hard. I can think of the IC champion on the men's right now.
Yeah, the IC champion, the men's side is the U.S. champion is Shinsuke.
Right.
The Intercontinental champion is.
Yeah.
Bro, we don't know who the Intercontinental champion is. Konnan, do you know?
Breaker.
Oh, Braun Breaker, that's right. If you want to make some fantasy picks on your favorite sports, check out Underdog Fantasy. It's all the rage, where you can choose higher or lower between 2 to 8 players, and you can win up to 325 times your entry. Use the code K100 at the Underdog Fantasy website, on the app, or at our personalized link, and you can receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash as well as a free pick. Underdog Fantasy offers a unique approach to fantasy sports, and it's a simple pick-em style format. You can select players you believe will outperform expectations without the complexities of traditional daily fantasy sports. The user-friendly interface and growing community make it easy and fun to play, plus it's available in over 30 U.S. states. We will share our picks for you every week on K100 Sports. You can follow along or play against us. So use the code K100 at UnderdogFantasy.com on the app or at the link included in the show notes and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. UnderdogFantasy.com. It's an underdog thing. Okay, so next was Owens against Cody. Got a little ridiculous with some of the bumps, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what Cody took some crazy bumps.
So did Owens.
And Owens let Cody slam him on the ladder where the ladder was vertical. So it's like he took a bump. His back took a bump on the edge of the ladder.
Yeah.
Which is, especially in a week where JD McDonough got broken ribs and a punctured lung, you would think that they would be a little bit more safer. So in this match, the gimmick is that Sami Zayn got concerned, so came out to ringside because he's worried because these guys were getting so crazy. So then they did the spot at the end. They had the ladder in between the ramp and the table. Kevin Owens went to give him the pile driver from the table onto the ladder, but Cody reversed it, picked him up, and gave him an Alabama slam through the table. Or through the chair, the ladder that broke the ladder, and he was just folded over like he was dead. Then Cody just climbed up and then took the thing, and I guess Owens got banged up a bit, but definitely. But bro, I don't know why these guys are still willing to do things that hurt for real, and the high injury risk with the amount of money they're getting paid.
It's just a style now.
I mean, but I don't get it though. Still,
yeah,
I don't. That's a style. Is you got to be a masochist out to wrestle these days, and I don't know. What did you think of this match, Konnan?
I thought the finish was really good. The Alabama slam on the ladder, like that looked like a finish. You know, I thought the men took way more risk than they had to, but you're in a competitive sport and the adrenaline is pumping and you want to do something to keep the audience's interest. And they took some bumps that, like I said, I thought was unnecessary. You know, Owens always brings it, and so does Rhodes. You know, good match.
All right, so next is the men's Rumble. And the last guy was Logan Paul. Okay. But basically, when he came down to the final six was Reigns, Punk, Cena, Rollins, Jey Uso, and Logan Paul. At that point, I would have liked to see like what the in-game odds were on this, because like with those six guys left, nobody and their mother. So there's six guys left in the ring. There's a few minutes left in the match. Not one person was thinking that Jey Uso was probably going to win this.
No,
okay,
I'm at sixth place.
Right. So they did a spot where Reigns and Rollins were trying to eliminate each other. So Punk went over, and then this all happened like in like very quick succession. Okay. So Punk and Rollins are fighting. Reigns and Rollins are fighting. Punk went over and dumped the both of them. Okay. So then they're looking up at the floor, and Reigns is mad at Punk, and Rollins is obviously pissed at Punk, and they're looking up at him. And out of nowhere, Paul just jumped Punk right out. To me, that was the most shocking spot of the match, because I was like, then I was like, wow. I was like, Reigns and Punk are already out. I would have thought it would have been Reigns, Punk, and Cena would have been the final three, right? Would you have assumed that, Konnan?
Yep.
Okay, so now that they threw us a curveball, two of the final three are out. So I'm thinking, oh, well, for sure this is going to be Cena. Okay. They end up eliminating Punk or Paul. Cena and Jey Uso now square up and think, oh, well, for sure it's Cena. There's not even any drama here, right? You know, so that's what I was thinking. But then they did the spot where they're fighting on the apron and everything, and then Jey flipped into the ring and just shoved Cena right up on the floor. And Cena just had the shock. They had the perfect camera shot there because they had the camera right on Cena's face. He's shocked, and they show Uso in the background. The place went because it was like, number one, that Jey Uso's kind of over, but that the fans kind of felt they got had and got shocked and popped like, wow, I can't believe that they did like a major upset in this. Like it's the first time this happened in a long time. Like usually these rumbles are pretty clear cut, the final four, and then it's like the top guy that's going to rain. But this was like a complete curveball. What did you think, Konnan?
Let me give you some of my thoughts from this. I thought when people laid up when Ray and Penta faced off and shook hands, they actually gave him a standing ovation. And I was like, wow. Did you see Penta's feet touch the floor?
Yes.
Yeah, and I like when Pat McAfee asked for a replay and they never did because it would be obvious. Yeah. But a good save covered by Nigel. He goes, only one foot hit the floor.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but I definitely saw both. Yeah. And I just
you mean Michael Cole, not Nigel.
Oh, Nigel.
Oh, Wade Barrett, you mean.
My bad, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that you thought anybody was going to win except Jey. That was great. I love that. And then I also like at the end when Rollins curb stomped this guy's face into the stairs, Reigns, and I thought it was a good Royals Rumble. I thought it was a good Royal Rumble. And my favorite part of and Fatu looked strong in this, but my favorite spot was Braun Breaker destroying that YouTuber.
Yeah, the iShow speed.
Wow. Yeah.
Joe, go to Bin Hameen's page. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And he has a video where they mention me. Okay. So WWE had posted that the iShow speed spot had gotten 255 million views on. Okay, and I was like, all right, so I tagged that, and I tagged him and Razor Fist and Vince Russo in it.
Right.
Then these guys' whole shtick, okay? We'll just play this, okay?
They made it themselves. So that iShow speed kid that never should be allowed to
he got 255 billion hits,
well, not 55 billion. Well, Disco puts that over to us right there, 55 million. Last night, up comes the graphic, 300 million. So we're just doing, and then Triple H goes 70,000 people. Graphic underneath them, 65,000 people. So you're telling me they're not skewing numbers left and right, bro? Like,
Ben, hold on. Did you guys see Hogan on McAfee?
A little bit clips here and there.
Bro, Hogan said the clip of them booing Hogan. Hogan said it got 11 billion views. Billion. I can't believe Disco buys into whatever number they want to throw in. But I can't even have an argument with the guy.
5.9 million to start, down to 2.2 million in 4 weeks on Netflix. But these guys are getting, and then the clips on YouTube were getting 45 million to 75 million. Now a 250 million. Not just kidding, a third of a billion in the same day. Like, I don't know how workers get worked. Like, I just don't understand it.
Oh my God, bro.
Unless the worker is working towards getting some work.
Yeah, because they're going to be in Vegas, or something's going to be in Vegas. They were promoting yesterday. Yeah,
Mania. Yes, but this is what I say is, if you're getting 255 to 300 million views, you are the most marketable person on the planet who could go to any Fortune 500 company. iShowSpeed should be hucking cell phones, beer, condoms, skateboards. I don't, whatever it is. Those numbers are not real. They never will be. And none of them even understand who it is whatsoever. And for iShowSpeed, chin, kid.
All right. Bro, the funny thing about these guys is they act so condescendingly, like everybody's stupid, right? They are completely void of any information, any data, like nothing. Ben will sit there and say okay, then what's the number, Ben? Like, everything's fake. It's like, okay, what's the number? 255 million. You look on data here that says 5% to 20% of numbers are fake. All right, what's 20% of 20%? 255 million. 200 million. Hey, 200. Okay, it's only 200 million. Bro, if it's only 20 million, that's an exorbitant amount of people. These guys have no clue. Bro, I don't think they know how many followers Logan Paul and iShowSpeed have on their YouTube channel. I think iShowSpeed is 70 million YouTube subscribers. Logan Paul's 100 million. Like, when we talk about social media views, it's because they partnered up with these guys that have massive reach on social media, and they spread the word. And it's like, you can't get that through these heads. Like, oh, that's all fake. It's like, well, but you know what? You think it's fake that the reason that they're selling out is because they quit doing house shows anymore. And I'm like, all right, well, they were selling out before they quit doing house shows. Makes no sense. They're selling out their TVs. So your argument makes no sense. All right. So I'm just like, I don't, it's ridiculous that these guys try to act like they know what they're talking about, but then you give them numbers and data and they just don't believe, they think everybody's lying. It's a publicly traded company. And going from 255 to 300 million over 5 days with that much, that's not that exorbitant. It's like, yeah, they got more views over the course of more days. Like, these guys are so stupid. It's ridiculous. Vince thinks I'm the one that doesn't have a clue what I'm talking about. But I ask him all the time, Vince, what do you think the numbers are? What's your data? What's your evidence? They have zilch. They just have their belief that basically, they don't believe this because the WWE sucks. That's their opinion. And they've extrapolated their opinion into thinking that because the WWE sucks, these numbers can't be real. Well, the attendance is very real. And if you work yourself backwards from attendance, all these numbers make perfect sense. That's how stupid these guys are.
WWE has had a history, though, of amplifying numbers, and they call it.
But that doesn't matter.
Everybody does. WWE. Every promotion does that.
Vince is getting mad that Hogan said 11 billion. Bro, there's only 8 billion people on Earth. He obviously misspoke and meant to say a million. See, that shows they like. Bro, their arguments are like they're old men yelling at clouds. You're like showing them things in front of their face, like evidence like this, and this, I don't believe that.
Right.
But what are you going to do?
These guys
don't believe that the Earth is a globe. How do you convince? Okay, the Earth is a globe? I don't believe it. So that's what you're dealing with here. Bunch of conspiracy theorists that don't believe anything. So it's like they ignore all the facts and the data.
Yeah, and I think social media.
Well, my two questions were: number one, the same one you had. Okay, so
which is
why are your numbers correct but not mine?
They don't have any numbers.
Okay, that's my question.
Right. They just say I don't believe them.
My second question is, now tell me if I misheard this. They said that the thing that got 255 million views actually got 65,000, right?
No, 65. No. He was talking about when Triple H was talking about the attendance, 70,000, and then it's like only 65,000. And I'm like, bro, that's your R. Okay, 65.
Heal everybody about their numbers.
Well, then 5,000 people who. It's like,
bro, I've never been in a promotion ever that didn't fudge their numbers. Ever.
Like when show came under Fossil, Billy Body was like, All In didn't do 100. They only did 81. It's like, well, 81's really good. Like who?
No, he said they only did. He was claiming it was only like 40. That was his deal.
Well, he's out of his
which
mind.
Is absurd. Yeah. WWE. Hang on. Let's do this. I show speed. Spot on.
He had like a wound on his leg. Now he would have gotten that from what? The force of the spear. He rubbed his leg against the
I don't know.
canvas.
I don't know. He just got messed up.
Yeah.
He got pulverized. If you watch the thing in slow motion, the Steiner didn't really exactly take care of him. But the guy's timing, turning into the thing was absolutely perfect. So
yeah.
Okay, this is funny. I want to do this here. Okay, I'm going on Grok. WWE says the I Showed Speed spot on Royal Rumble did 255 million views on social media. Okay. Mm-hmm. Given the possibility of fake accounts, what is the actual number of views it did? Okay, this is very simple information to look up, but these guys don't even look up for information. Given possibility of fake accounts, what was the actual number? Okay. All right. Let me type it in here. Okay. All right. So let's see what they say here. All right. So, according to the information available, WWE reported views. The WWE officially said the I Showed Speed segment achieved over 255 million views in 24 hours across all WWE and Speed social platforms. This number is reported by multiple sources, including posts on X and publications like the Times of India and Newsweek. Social media platforms use various algorithms and verification methods to count views, but these can be manipulated by bots or fake accounts. The actual number of genuine human views could be lower due to such manipulations, although the exact discrepancies are not publicly disclosed. I've admitted this. Of course, the numbers could be lower than fake accounts. Contents from posts on X. There were mentions of X of even higher view counts for specific clips of posts related to I Show Speed's appearance, with figures like 300 to 435 million views cited for different aspects of the event, like the spear by Braun Breaker. So there's no definitive data without access to the raw data from social media platforms or official statement from WWE. It's not possible to give an actual number. Okay, we agree on that, right? But in summary, while WWE announced 255 million views, the real number of unique, genuine human views might be lower due to the influence of fake accounts or bots, but exact figures are not verifiable. Now, the interesting thing about this is that they show a bunch of related pages, right? And one of the things that I saw in here, let me see. Okay, this is from Royal Rumble 2025. This is from Newsweek. Okay, Royal Rumble 2025. Let me see. Okay, well, bro, think about this. These guys are arguing, against WWE. Okay, Royal Rumble became the most successful and highest-grossing Royal Rumble event company history. All right, it's an all-time viewership record with domestic numbers up nearly 14% compared to last year's record-breaking audience. Okay, merchandise over 95% over last year. Sponsorship revenue 94% bigger than the year before. Okay. Social media engagement reached three heights. Braun Breaker's spear on became the most viewed Royal Rumble social post of all time, generating 300 million views. Bro, this is Newsweek. Okay, so it's not like, the WWE numbers, their numbers are lying. So it's like, dude, like, I don't know. How do you explain to these guys if they're just going to ignore every fact that goes against their theory that WWE sucks? And I have to talk to this guy every week on and he thinks that he's having trouble convincing me otherwise.
Well, they're always going to think everything's artificially inflated.
I would disagree.
Right.
That was, it's because when I was reading it, it said that's the highest non-WrestleMania event in their history.
Yeah.
Where they made the most money, and you can see why. And the numbers don't lie, and they're lying to themselves, and they're lying to their listeners, and that's the worst part.
Yeah.
Because, like I said before, you don't think that Spear by Braun could have gotten 200 million hits?
I mean, bro, but on all the platforms and all the people that follow people and all the people that retweet it, this is like, come on. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like it seems hard to believe that people would actually argue against that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.